Springs, Florida. Already a little short-handed in their secondary. Markel Martin, who would have been a starter today, bothered by an injury which the coaching staff would not disclose, not allowed to, by privacy, HIPAA regulation. It's great to see him sitting up. And these Cowboy fans have to be thinking ahead now, because I think they're starting to believe that perhaps they do have the kind of defense that will allow them to be the contender in the very tough Big 12 South and nationally. It's interesting what Mike Henry said. He told his team, trying to deal with the hype, you've come a long way in recent years. You've improved this program significantly. But it's going to be a lot harder to get over those 9 or 10 teams that are still ranked ahead of you as it was to get to this point.
Well, they have the people to do it. Lucas and Antoine one of them.
It's going to help the coaches that they open with the opponent, the caliber of Georgia. These Cowboy players well know how much talent is on this Bulldog team. Joe Cox on third down is caught. First down over the middle. The tight end Aaron White. With only 3 catches all of last year. Sophomore from Columbia, Missouri. Out to the 25-yard line of the first down where James Thomas made
you walk straight through it, okay?
That's a nice job of Joe Cox.
Walk straight through it.
Come back inside and flattening number 50.
Woo,
and he just stays, of course, stays right inside, doesn't see the rush, stands, nice throw, first down.
It's the second career start for Joe Cox, led him to win in 2006 against Ole Miss. Samuel rumbles out near the 30. Joe also memorably came off the bench to lead them to a come-from-behind win in 2006 against Colorado. He's waited a long time. He said he knew when Matthew Stafford assumed the reins that he wasn't going to play for a while. He thought about leaving, but he loves everything about Georgia. He loves the school, the people. He said, I've made friendships that will last the rest of my life, and it was more important for me to stay and ride it out and wait for my chance than it was to go look for an earlier opportunity somewhere else. Richard Samuel has the first down. This is looking a lot more like that opening drive. Here's Holly.
Well, if you're just tuning in, Joe Cox has been battling flu-like symptoms this week. He was late joining the team here in Oklahoma. But what was missing from him in that first half was the emotion that he's known for. He's the loudest guy in this team. He's the guy that gets them fired up. He was very quiet, maybe trying to conserve energy. But at halftime, he was the first guy out of that tunnel. He met all of his teammates. He was whooping, he was barking, he was screaming, this is our time. That's the Joe Cox we're used to seeing, and that's what the team needs from him.
We'll get back to another good ball control drive, a deep pass, and a good adjustment by A.J. Green, but he couldn't catch it. Repairs Cox in coverage, and now Cox is moving. That one looks like a cramp.
Yeah, that does look like a cramp, but it also looked like he had great position the whole time. Cox has been playing A.J. Green the whole day, and he's lining up over, watch him just playing the ball. Now, nice job by A.J. Green to come back underneath, and then you can see he kind of pulls up right there with that. Hopefully just a cramp.
Those can really hurt. They'll try to get him hydrated. They don't want to play for long without him. He's done a nice job keeping A.J. Green in check. Green has just 2 catches. Cox in the flat. Richard Samuel, great job staying on his feet, and he has the first down as he spins out to the 48-yard line. Victor Johnson made the tackle.
I think with Richard Samuel, the more he plays, the better he's going to get. I think he's one of those guys who's a big physical guy, and you keep handing him the football, and he's going to just keep on wearing you down. It's interesting talking to their defensive coaches. They said when he showed up, they wanted him as a linebacker.
Wow.
They just loved the way he played. He's a tough physical guy.
He's rushed for 63. He has a reception now for 11 yards. And they stick with him, and he tried to run through that tackle and could not, but he got across midfield. Andrew McGee made the tackle. Samuel missed the spring with a wrist injury. They thought Caleb King was going to be the back to start the year. He was their leading returning rusher, but he suffered a hamstring injury during the preseason. Missed a couple of weeks of practice. We talked with Claude Felton, the outstanding sports information director for a long time. He said that Samuel reminded a lot of folks of some of those big backs that Vince Neely had, like the Herschel Walker, guys like Lars Tate, Tim Worley, Rodney Hampton. Here's the fullback, Sean Chappis. And he has a first down to the 39, and this looks eerily similar to the opening drive when they had a nice mix of run and pass, and the run has helped set up the pass again.
And watch Chappis, he's just going to come back underneath. Nice job of getting the ball over Chinasa by Joe Cox. Good awareness. This is what we were talking about. This is what Georgia had to just come out, calm down, let's do what we do. Run the football, short passing game. Good stuff.
The deepest penetration since that opening drive for Georgia there at the Oklahoma State 39. Down by 10. Carlton Thomas with stutter stepping, trying to find a hole. It never opened for him. Jeremiah Price to stop.
He threw Sturdivant to the right, just kind of shucked him. It looks like Sturdivant's holding his knee.
And he missed all of last season after a knee injury that required surgery. Trenton was a freshman All-American in 2007. He started every game and then missed last year because of the knee. And it would be a huge blow to them if this is another serious knee injury. He hasn't had any problems with that knee in their preseason practices.
Now he's working on Andre Sexton. Sexton just kind of throws him. See how, you know what, he hyperextended it. He hyperextended it on that left knee.
You're not messing with it.
He had the brace on. Right
I'm taping the
there,
game.
see that? Oh, that's...
No!
She's not.
Carried a lot of weight. 6'5", 306
Here's a shot,
pounds.
ugly. No, I'm not.
Well, you could see the...
Stop now!
Hello, Caroline!
Sturdivant, you can see the hands. I mean, he just
can't leave it
sets it nice. He's just going to... He's a player who's just going to keep on getting better and better. Only a sophomore. That was ugly.
And it's shades of last year for Georgia when one critical injury after another helped derail that season of high hopes when they started the year as the preseason #1 team in the country. Wound up finishing 10-3. The losses were to Alabama, Florida, and Georgia Tech. They went on to beat Michigan State in the Capital One Bowl. A good year by any standard, most standards, but not when you're thinking about winning the whole thing and going undefeated with guys like Matthew Stafford and Noshawn Moreno and Muhammad Basketball. There were a lot of reasons why last year. There were a lot of off-the-field problems prior to the season that were a distraction. This offseason, they've had a tremendous performance by their players in terms of good behavior. And Margaret thought the lower expectations might actually help. This year, perhaps they can be a pleasant surprise to many. Hawks running out of time, and Rooney is taken out of bounds for a loss. Back at the 46, Shane Jarka and Nigel Nicholas chased him out.
He has to have better awareness of that. He's got to throw the ball out now. You can't take that loss like that.
There's Jarka. Nicholas in on the play as well. Nicholas is one of those Oklahoma State Cowboys we mentioned. Number 89. He's from Georgia.
And they're yelling on the sidelines about a late hit out of bounds, but they started the hit and the action inbounds and it just carried through. Taking the time out right here.
Nigel Nicholas, who chased him out, he first thought about Oklahoma State when he was on a recruiting visit to the University of Georgia on their sideline, watching them play Oklahoma State 2 years ago. Timeout.
Coming up on Tuesday's edition of Sports Night, 3 days to recap. Are we going to have enough time in an hour? I don't know, but what I'm watching on Monday night, Florida State in Miami and Tallahassee. We'll break it all down. I hope I'm celebrating. It's Sports Night, 6 and 11.
College football is back on CSS, and Tuesdays are your chance to catch up on Georgia Tech football with the replay of Saturday's Jacksonville State at Georgia Tech game. Don't miss it this Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern on CSS.
Live college football every Saturday, now including the SEC. Replays of the best games every week and on demand.
Candid discussions before the big game and after.
And every night on Sports Night. Plus, live high school football every Friday.
And coverage all the way to signing day.
CSS is